Hey y'all, welcome to Back Porch Cooking and Reminiscing. I'm Roger and happy to have y'all here with us today. Today we're going to be making one of my mama's favorite cakes that she probably ever made. She took this cake to all of her church dinners and pretty much all of our family reunions, and there was never any of it left over. And it's just that good. And what we're going to be making is an old fashioned vanilla wafer cake. If y'all have never had one of these, you're in for a treat if you make it yourself because these cakes are super moist and they taste so good. So, hope y'all will make this and I think you'll enjoy it. And so, stick with us here and we're going to get to making this vanilla wafer cake. So the ingredients that we're going to need to be able to make this is 1 cup of margarine, 2 cups of sugar, 6 eggs, 4 cups of crushed vanilla wafers, a half a cup of milk, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 small 3.5 ounce can of flaked coconut, and 1 cup of chopped pecans. And that's all we're going to need to make this delicious cake. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to put in our 2 cups of sugar, and that's just white granulated sugar. And we're going to put in our 2 sticks of margarine. And then we're just going to use the mixer and we're going to cream that together. So, since the mixer makes so much noise, we're going to come back after we get that part done. All right, y'all. So we got our butter and our sugar creamed together, and this is what it's going to look like when you get that done. So now we're going to start adding in some eggs. I'm going to just do a couple of them at a time, and that way we'll get them all incorporated in. Put in a couple more. And now we'll put in our last two. So we got our eggs added in and got that all beat together. And so now we're ready to start adding in our 4 cups of vanilla wafer crumbs. And we put these in a food processor and crushed them up. So we'll start slowly adding those in. It's starting to smell good now. All right, we got all of our vanilla wafers in there and just give that a good mix. All right, and so we got that all whipped up together. So now we're going to add our teaspoon of vanilla, and then we're going to just slowly add our milk into that. Right, so now we're ready for our next step. So I've scraped down the sides of my bowl and now we're ready to start adding our coconut and our pecans. So we're going to add a little bit of coconut in there. This is at 3.5 ounces. Got all of our coconut in. Just give it a good mix. Get everything incorporated in. Now we're going to start adding in our pecans. And these are chopped pecans. And the way they come from the store, it says chopped on the package, but I went ahead and took them and put them on a cutting board and give them a little bit better chop so they were smaller. Alright, so we'll get that all incorporated in. Alright, so that's what our batter is going to look like. And now we're ready to get our Bundt pan together. We've got our Bundt pan. I have heavily sprayed it. And so we're ready to put our batter into our pan. And like I say, I heavily sprayed it. It's super, super heavy. Just try to spread it out to where you get some all the way around your pan. May need to turn the pan a little bit. And once we get it all in there, we can spread it out. And now, if you don't have a Bundt pan, you can make this in a regular baking type dish, but you will want to use a pretty good size one. But you can use that. It smells delicious already. All right, so we got it all in there. Now let's just kind of move it around a little bit so we kind of even it out. And like I told y'all before, I'm terrible about getting things like this evened out to where that I got the same amount on one side as I do on the other side. But I'm gonna do my best. And we got our ovens preheating to 350 degrees. And of course, I'll leave y'all the ingredients and the directions in the description here so you'll be able to follow along with that rather than having to try to remember what I did. All right, so that's got it. And we're going to be ready to go in that 350-degree oven here in just a minute. So we will be back. This cake bakes for about an hour. So we'll be back once it's done. We'll see how it's looking. All right, y'all. So this was in the oven for about an hour. It came out beautifully. Now I will tell you that if you do cook it in a Bundt pan like I did, once you take it out of the oven, you're going to probably need to let it sit and cool for about 2 hours. Then you can take it out of the Bundt pan. Cooking it in a regular baking dish, something like maybe a 8 by 11 or a 9 by 9, you're not going to have to wait as long. But in a Bundt pan, you got to give it time to cool off so that it'll pull away from the sides and you'll be able to get it out. I still had to work with it a little bit to be able to get it out even after letting it sit for a while. But we did get it out and it is perfect. So let's cut us a slice and see how it tastes. All right, y'all. So that's what it looks like on the inside. It is perfectly cooked and beautiful. So I'm going to grab me a fork and we're going to give it a taste. We got our piece here and we're going to give it a try and see if it's as good as my mama's always was. Y'all, that cake is super moist. Um, got pecans all the way through it, coconut. You can taste that vanilla wafer. It's so soft. As I said, it tastes just like my mom's did. So, hope y'all try it. And this is one of those recipes, like I said in the beginning, mom always made it for family reunions and for church dinners. And it does take a little while to get it done and get it out, but it it's worth the wait and the time that it takes to make it. So, y'all make it for your family, share it with your friends, and we will see you next time. And I'm going to go eat my piece of cake. Y'all have a great one. Thanks for watching.